In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at one of the best budget IFAKs on Amazon currently, so stick around. All right, so today I am with my very good friend, my brother, Chris, Mr. Z, and we're going to be taking a look at this new kit that I just got from Amazon. This is from Rhino Rescue. This is their IFAK, and Chris, I've known for a very, very long time, and he has so much experience in the rescue medical field. So just briefly kind of explain to the folks, like, what are your certifications? What are the things that you've done in the past that kind of make you an expert?
Well, I was a paramedic for 14 years, and I was also a SARTEC level 2 for 22 years, and I was a firefighter, swiftwater rescue technician, high angle rope rescue technician, and instructor. And so I've seen just about every way you can mangle a human body.
Right.
And I've used quite a bit of this equipment.
And did you say you're an EMT, right?
I was a paramedic.
Paramedic, okay.
And 14 years.
Right, and then Chris trained me in search and rescue, and that's how I got into it, was really through Chris. He introduced me to the whole world of search and rescue, and we were on a couple teams together, and
for a long time.
Did a lot of training together, definitely a few missions. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go through this kit and show you guys what is in this thing. But the thing is, why I have Chris here is because I want his expert opinion and his experience to walk you through what is in this, what he thinks is good, what he thinks could be changed, what is bad, and then maybe give a demonstration on a few items. That way, if you don't have any experience with first aid kits or IFAKs or trauma kits, at least you can get a base level of what these things are about, what things you need to look for, and is this a good choice? And we're going to find out, because he's going to tell us what he thinks, and hopefully it'll all work out. So
yeah, let's get into that.
So this is from Rhino Rescue. This is their advanced IFAK. It's currently on Amazon. I think it's running around $109. As you can see, it's a pretty decent sized kit. It is a MOLLE front on the bag. It has a rip-off panel, so you can attach this to a larger bag and then remove the actual IFAK itself and take that to the location you're operating in or working in. Rhino Rescue, so we'll just get this out in the clear right now. Rhino Rescue is not made in the United States. They are made in China. And I know for a lot of people, the comments are going to come flying in. Oh, I only buy American, posting from their Chinese phone or computer.
Yeah.
A little bit of hypocrisy there. But the thing is, what's unique about Rhino Rescue and why I'm kind of drawn to this company and the products they're making is the quality seems to be much higher than anything else I've seen for overseas manufacture. Plus, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, they are FDA approved and they are CE approved or certified, which is the European certification. And I believe all the packaging has documentation on how they do their sterilization. There are dates, expiration dates, all that kind of stuff. So they're taking it to a next level. They're not just mass producing something in a dirty factory and then pumping it out.
Even though it's made in China, they still have to adhere to the quality control that the U.S. companies have said. Okay, we've got to. It's got to be this.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of made in China either.
No,
but if they make it to the standards that we set,
right.
That's
global, we're in a global economy, and there's always going to be an influx of products from other countries. So the thing, as a consumer, you need to do research. You need to watch video reviews like these and find out what you're buying before you buy it, and make sure it's good. And the way I'm thinking about this particular kit and this company is I am not an EMT. I am not going to be rescuing people on a daily basis with this kit. This kit's going to be going in with my family's gear for our bug out and for our prep. And if something happens, at least I have something that is contained. It's it's complete. It's ready to go. I didn't have to put a lot of thought into putting it together. And hopefully it's a good enough quality to get me by for that particular scenario. And I'm not spending, you know, hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
If that was made in America, it'd be $300.
Yeah, and I think we're all familiar with, you know, North American Rescue and some of the other brands, and their stuff is very expensive. And like for the common man who doesn't have a lot of cash, especially in today's economy,
that'd be me.
Me too. Having these options is good. So I'm always looking for budget options that will help people at least be prepared for an emergency. So let's open up the kit, take a look at it, and see what you think. So it comes with this rubber patch, little cross on it. It's got a Velcro panel on it, so you can put more patches on it. And here is the kit all opened up. Now there's a couple things that we've already done, or Chris has actually already done to this kit. He's added a couple things. And we'll talk about that, but here is everything as you see it. This component here, which...
Did you pack this, or did they?
No.
Oh my gosh, that just came right off of it.
Yeah, this Velcro's off. So I did not pack this. This is the way it came. I haven't really taken anything out yet. So this part is kind of the boo-boo kit. So you're gonna have
cuts and scrapes and minor burns.
Okay, right. So you got a couple pairs of gloves. We've got an eye shield.
Good, because I don't want to touch you with my bare hands.
Right. We have several types of ointments.
Oh yeah, this is that's the padded kind, so that because these edges are sharp.
Oh yeah, right. We got lubricating jelly. That's for
nasopharyngeal airway.
Okay. We've got burn care cream. We have antiseptic towelettes or scrub. Bunch of those.
Got to clean your paws before you start stuffing a
wound.
Z cotton full of.
Oh yeah.
A wound full of Z cotton.
Soap wipes, and then
these are different than like an alcohol pad.
Okay.
Okay. BZK. That means it's got benzocaine in it.
Yeah.
That will kill all the ooby goobies and cooties and stuff. So wash your hands good with that before you start touching on somebody.
Okay. Then we've got wound compresses, which are basically just a gauze pad. And then we have, of course, just standard kind of Band-Aids, different sizes. Looks like there's some knuckle ones and a variety of sizes there.
I like those knuckle bandages.
Oh yeah. And then a CPR face shield, which is really important. I don't want to get nasties from somebody. Safety pins. And
for mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Right. And a
tongue depressor.
Tongue depressor for examination.
You can also use those for finger splints. And
oh yeah, right.
Not so much for a leg. But
no.
Fingers.
Yeah, you can definitely improvise a lot of different things. So you were just saying off camera when we were setting stuff up that.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
If there's if you buy a kit and there's a piece of gear in there that you do not know how to use, don't take it out of your kit, because there may be somebody else on scene that does know how to use it. So when Wendell and I are out camping, and he's like, "Oh, I got one of these, man. Would that help? I don't know how to use it." Well, I do. So somebody can apply that and use it. This goes in there, I think.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. It's like, I'm not certified to do airways. I don't have that certification. But in my kits that I put together, I have airway equipment because I know who someone who's an EMT. Someone may come on scene who is an EMT, and I can say, here you go. Yeah, take care of this. Here it is. Here's my gear. Because not everybody carries all this stuff all the time.
Yeah, I like how that just Velcro's on there. You can take it off.
Right. So now this, this size, you could stick that in your BDU pocket. You could break away from camp, go do something, carry that with you if you needed to. One thing Chris added was tape. This is cloth tape. And he dummy corded it into the bag because that's the way you need to do tape. You want to make sure you're not going to lose this in the field. The tape that this comes with, I think, is probably a little lacking. That's all you get.
Yeah, and that's paper tape, and that's not enough to treat a real trauma.
Right. So you need to add tape to this kit. That's probably one of the bigger, I think, downfalls that we've seen so far going through this. But this is good quality cloth tape. And there's enough of it that you can do some real work with it. And then dummy cording it is really important because you don't want to lose this when you're in the field, and it keeps it within, inside the kit.
I can't tell you how many times as a paramedic I was out in the field and you set your tape down and poof, it's gone.
Right.
Like I didn't move. How did my tape just disappear? Let me see. We have the tourniquet manual, which you should know how to use this before you go out in the field. T3C or TCCC card. It's a trauma card. This is nice to have if you've got a mass casualty incident and you've got like 5 of these or enough. And you expecting EMS to come, you can hand this to them. They can take a quick look at it. Mm-hmm. As a medic, somebody hands me this, I'm going to go, oh yeah, that's nifty.
Right.
So I might not carry that in my
and one card is not enough. You need more, you need multiple.
Yeah. At least 3.
Right.
And 5 or 6 would be better.
Yeah.
Mo better.
Mo better.
First aid manual, that's cute. That's good.
It's actually kind of interesting. They use a lot of illustrations instead of just, text. So I think it's
words.
It's going to be a lot easier for someone to look at that and be able to actually do what's inside there. So that's helpful.
Yeah, you could be down and some foreign guy comes along and goes, oh, well, I see he's injured and he has an IFAK, but I don't know how to use that. Right. Yeah, he could
got reference.
Possibly help you.
Yep. Okay, what else we got in here?
Okay, we've got a tourniquet. These are good. Now, I bought a 5-pack of these tourniquets because they're like half the price of the North American Rescue ones.
Oh, right, the cat tourniquets.
And they're built very, very similar.
Right.
And in some ways, I like them better. What I do is... What was that? Oh, that was my dog, sorry. Okay. This is just me. You don't have to do this in yours. Okay, but I open this up because that's where you're going to put your limb. Okay. And I open it up big enough to go over my thigh because that's the biggest part of my body. Right. Unless I'm doing a neck tourniquet. And then you wad it up. Right. You put it back together. It takes up the same amount of space.
But you got it pre-staged.
But yeah. So it's a lot easier to get open.
So how you want to do a tourniquet on me real quick, just to show people how these work?
Okay. Now this part you want to get tight right off the bat. Bring this around. Put it through the little knobby. All this Velcro is killing me. Okay. Now, this is your windlass. As you twist this, it's going to get tighter and tighter and tighter. Right. until you don't have any blood flow.
Right.
Okay, and what you want to do is find the pulse, and when it stops, then it's tight enough.
You're done.
And then it goes in here. It'll lash into there, and then you can pull this back and cover it.
And we can turn it around.
And assuming your tourniquet's tight,
Right.
then you
Then
can
you
get
lock it.
lock into that into there.
Okay.
So then you can either put it this way or whip it around over here. So, and placement of a tourniquet is important too. I'm need to get this off your arm before you start
Actually,
losing.
well, you don't have it too tight. It's not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Not everybody puts them through here.
Right.
I do because it stays.
Right.
But placement is very important. If keeping in mind that anything lower, there's a risk of losing that limb.
Okay.
Okay. Now, back in the old days, they thought, hey, you put a tourniquet on, you're going to automatically lose that.
Right.
And that's not always the case.
Right.
You leave it on for an hour, and check with your. What's that disclaimer, dude? Do the disclaimer thing.
So the disclaimer is, this is not medical advice. If you
Yeah.
do this, you're doing this at your own risk. Get training.
This is just how we do it.
This is a demonstration.
Yeah. So, okay, your boo-boos here, you want to go north of proximal as opposed to distal of your wound.
Okay.
Okay, so if your wound's here, you want to come up here.
Yep.
If it's close to a joint, you want to go halfway up past the joint. Okay. And if you've cut your brachial artery, just lay down and get comfortable because you're done.
Go to sleep. Okay. All right.
We'll put that back together.
Yeah, no, that was a good demonstration. All right.
Personally, I would carry 2 tourniquets.
Yep.
That's just me, because sometimes you'll get that blood stopped, and okay, now we got to move from this area to somewhere else. You get your blood pressure going, and it can go through one tourniquet. And you don't want to put it too much tighter because you're going to start killing off cells.
Right.
So you put another tourniquet a little bit higher than the first one. Or let's say you fall down a cliff like I have several times.
Right.
Because I'm clumsy. And you break you cut open your arm and your other leg.
Right.
Well, you just have one tourniquet. Well,
Yeah. You better have.
you've got 4 limbs.
Now there was where's that other item that you were looking? Oh, right here. So there's a pen. Now that's for.
Yes.
They give you a little Sharpie type pen, right? Which is actually kind of nice. And that's for
Here it
marking your time when you apply the tourniquet. So you can, that way you don't have to sit there and try to remember, okay, when did I put this thing on? How long am I going to leave it on for?
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Once you get this in here,
Locked in, yeah.
it double locks in with this piece of
Right.
Velcro tape, and it'll say time
Yep.
right on there. And you want to put the time and the date right on there with your little Sharpie sharp.
Cool. Nice.
That's a really cool little Sharpie. I want one of those.
Yeah, really.
This looks like a casualty blanket. Yep. Ooh, yeah. Is that green? That is green.
It is green, I think, on one side.
Nifty.
Yeah.
Yeah. As cheap as these are, unless it's below 30 degrees or so, these are warm. This stuff can break and get brittle.
Right, and cold, extreme cold.
Very, very cold, wet, like below freezing.
Yeah.
But above freezing and not windy, these are great.
Right, and controlling body temperature is important to keep people from going into shock.
Yeah, where's that Surgilube? I want to try that.
No, we're not demonstrating that. I don't think I'll like it.
No, but it'll be funny for us.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Now these are curved, okay? And you want to start off with the sideways curve. Slobber this all up with surgical lube.
Right.
And twist it as you're going in.
And this goes in
your nose.
In the nose.
And that, if you've got facial trauma, this keeps a patent airway open.
Right.
Because, you know, everybody likes to breathe.
Yeah, it's kind of important.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else we got here?
This looks like a ginormous splint, which these SAM splints, these are great. They're very useful. However, this takes up a lot of real estate in an IFAK.
Yeah, it does.
If you're out in the field, there's always going to be something that you can use for a splint.
Yeah.
Splint, or a couple of sticks and some tape, you'll be good.
Well, yeah, like when I was going through training, I went through wilderness first aid training, and we did a whole course on just improvising splints from backpacks, jackets, the aluminum stay out of your backpack, sticks, hiking poles, all those things with
sleeping mats.
Sleeping mats are excellent. All those things combined with bandanas and cargo straps off your backpack, tape that can be turned into a splint very easily, and it doesn't take up any extra room in your gear.
Yeah, I would probably leave this at home.
Yeah.
Put it in your home first aid kit.
Right.
So if, you know, you fall down, go boom boom in the backyard.
Yep.
So it's a good splint.
It is.
Takes up way too much space, and you can do other stuff.
And actually, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I feel like it's wider than a traditional SAM splint. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, that's probably 5 inches or 6 inches.
You think it's the same size?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that one's probably 36 inches long.
Yep.
I'm sure it says on there somewhere, which is good for a leg or an arm.
Right. So just so you guys can see this, here's the FDA and CE logos right on the back of the packaging. So these are being certified.
Trauma shears. These are good. These are good trauma shears. I have a pair just like them from Rhino Rescue. This part is really handy.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can put this through the buttonhole on your BDUs or your shirt.
Yep.
Or clip it to your belt or clip it to wherever.
Yeah, while you're working, you don't lose it.
Yeah. When I was a medic, I wish I would have had a pair like this. And any IFAK, you have to have a pair of trauma shears.
Right, because you're going to cut through
clothing or tape and bandages, and maybe have to shorten up your splint.
Right.
Here's one of my favorites. This should be in every trauma kit. This is Z folded. Am I in front of the camera?
Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
The Z folded.
Right.
And this is compressed like a brick. Feel how hard that is.
Yeah.
When you take it out of the package, it's like magic. You got like 5,000 feet of this gauze.
Oh yeah, so there's the illustration of the Z fold, how they got that folded up. I didn't know they named that after you.
They did, yeah. I said, Z, you're so cool, we're gonna name this after you. This is 4.1 yards.
Oh wow, that's
that
a lot.
Package.
That is a lot.
Now, I think Rhino makes another version of this that has clotting agent in it.
I think they do.
Because I have some of those.
Yeah.
And those, you might want to replace one of those with the one with the clotting agent.
Absolutely.
You get a big wound and you just start stuffing it in there, man.
Into the hole.
Yeah.
Right, to control the bleed.
Please don't ever put a tampon in a bullet wound or a knife wound.
Right.
Oh my gosh. People still believe that.
Oh, I know.
If you're going to use a tampon for hemorrhagic control, stuff it in your nose, because a nosebleed is the only thing that's going to be good for.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yee. Okay. Roller gauze. This is always good. Elastic crepe bandage.
I think I'd want more in my kit.
Yeah, 2 minimum.
Roller gauze is so handy.
Yeah, so are these.
Oh,
I'm assuming that's an Israeli bandage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's the same brand name as a Israeli bandage.
No, but it's
the same thing.
It's the style, yeah.
These, man. You get a deep cut, bullet wound on your appendage. These are good.
So, well, here, should we just open this up so people can see it?
You can.
I don't have a problem with that. I think for demonstration, people need to see some of this stuff because you see this online and people talk about it, and then if you've never done any of this stuff, you don't know what it is. So here, this is the outer packaging that came off very quickly and easily. There are instructions on the back with illustrations, and then it has been vacuum packed, which is going to keep out germs. But see the red right there? That's where I'm going to tear. I'm going to pull this open.
Blow on it so it opens. No, I'm kidding. I got a whole lung full of cooties for you, man.
So this is, other side toward wound.
Yeah.
So there it is.
Here, give me your arm.
Okay.
Roll that back up.
All right. Here, let's put this back the way it was.
And an emergency. There's this to wipe your butt. So, Wendell gets shot in the arm by the bad guys, okay? So we're gonna put this on like that. This is where the wound is. This is also where the blood stopper is. And you wanna stretch that out really good. And there's this little doohickey here. I'll put that through here.
Oh, that's gonna hold it.
Yeah. Go on each side a couple times. Yeah. There we go. And do it again. Hooked up into the little doohickey. And you can hook this into where you just came from.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
And that will grab it. The little plastic tabs will grab it.
So that's a way of bandaging without any tape.
Yep.
That's nice. That's very secure.
Yeah. It won't move up and down.
No.
And I didn't want to put it so tight that it was going to be uncomfortable for you, but you can get those pretty tight to the point where it could act as a tourniquet.
Because with bleeding, the big thing with bleeding is controlling bleeding is pressure.
Pressure.
Right.
So this gives you the pressure to tampen on the blood vessels without being a complete tourniquet. So you still get some blood flow distally.
Right.
So you can still operate your fingers and paws and everything.
Oh, that feels great. That's good. I like that. Yeah, these are handy. I have bunches of these in all my kits. They're just they're everywhere.
Can I have some?
No. You got your own.
Yes. There's a whole box over there.
Right. Yeah, what else we got?
Should we take that off of you?
No, actually it's comfortable. It's fine. Let's leave it on for a little bit.
It's keeping me warm. This is an abdominal pad. They call them abdominal pads because the original intent was if you get a boo-boo in it, you can use it anywhere. Okay. You can tape it to your head if you got a head wound.
Right.
But that's basically a blood stopper.
Right.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Look at there. Oh, yes, triangular bandage. Ooh. This is that, oh, I can't remember the name of it. It's like a non-woven synthetic.
Oh, here, let me see. Is it like a spandex type material?
No, not really a spandex, but I've got some green ones like that.
Yeah.
And I just prefer the cotton ones because they're cooler, and I like the green ones.
Right. But that'll do.
They just kind of feel funny on my fingertips.
Gotcha. Okay, well, that's fine.
They work.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, they work.
Right.
As long as they're like 50 by 42. Does this have a size on? Yeah. Of course, it's in centimeters and not equals to bowling alleys. So I don't speak metric.
Right.
You can put some in the notes.
We kicked those people out of the country long ago. We don't have to do metric.
Oh, these are just dry burn dressings.
Right.
Okay, these should be, I believe, non-stick kind, which, if it's a burn dressing, it should be non-stick.
Yeah, right.
There's nothing like having a burn, and then you go, oh, you better change the dressing, and rip, and there goes, you know, that new skin.
Mm-hmm.
2, I've been screaming this for years.
Yeah.
Never carry just one
Yeah.
chest seal.
Yeah.
And if you do run out, let's say you get shot like 5 times, all in the lungs, and
Okay.
or you get 5 guys
Okay.
with, you know, they need chest seals.
Yeah.
In an emergency, you can take this packaging,
Yeah.
okay, cut out a little square, tape 3 sides,
Right.
top and the sides,
Make a.
over the wound, and that makes a one-way valve, which
Right.
is essentially what this is
Right.
a one-way valve. Collapsed lung.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And if you see paradoxical motion, as in one side of the chest is moving, the other side's not,
Yeah.
you didn't do it right.
Right.
Then you might need a needle cricoid. Oh, that's all.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's the kit. So for what we've seen, is this? Do you think it's worth $100 worth of stuff?
Yeah.
Are they getting $100 worth of stuff?
Yeah.
Now, there's a few things that Chris has added. We talked about the cloth tape, so get more tape for this kit. You're going to need it. That's not enough what they've supplied.
One more roller gauze.
Right, more roller gauze. You added these to the kit for me.
Yes.
What are these?
These are dental dams that the dentist will put, when you like pull a tooth, they'll put those in to soak up blood
Right.
in your mouth.
Yep.
But they're the perfect size to jam up your nose for a nosebleed.
For nosebleed.
Yep.
Right.
Which is every bit as good as a tampon, only a tenth of the size.
Yeah, right, right. And then you also gave me some of these. What are these little thingies?
These are really sharp, but they are much better than using a needle to get a splinter out.
Oh, okay.
My mom always used a needle, and she ended up ripping my skin open all the time.
Oh, yeah. Holy cow, look at that.
I don't know if you can
Oh, jeez.
see that.
Yeah, there's like a little tip on the end of it.
Yeah, and it's like seriously sharp.
Right.
And if you carry a glucometer,
Yeah.
poik, that'll get
You
you,
can
a
do a
little
finger.
drop of blood.
Right. Yeah, so with any first aid kit, I mean, I buy commercial kits all the time. But what I do is I always open them up, go through them, and then I add stuff to them. I never stick with the standard.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the kit the way it is. It's a good kit. But with my experience, my level of training, what I know from working with Chris, there are things I know that need to be added that's going to make it a little bit better, and there's no reason why you can't do that.
Yeah.
No reason at all. So,
Especially why you could take something that takes up a lot of real estate in your
right,
pack,
right.
like this.
Yeah.
It's nice to have.
Sure.
You don't need that.
So one thing to mention too with Rhino Rescue, and there'll be a link down below in the description, their website has a very large variety of kits
Yeah.
and components. You can buy all this stuff separately. So if you want to add more to it, they are on Amazon.
Or replace stuff.
Right, so it's easy to get this stuff. It's easy to refill or restock once you use it. I'll probably end up buying some more stuff since I've used a few things here today. But I think all in all, for a novice who doesn't have all the medical training but wants at least a decent kit that they can afford, this may be a great option.
Can I put this up your nose?
No, I'm not going to let that happen. It's really going to hurt.
No, it actually doesn't hurt that much.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so that's the video for today. Hopefully you guys got some good information out of this. I think it was definitely eye-opening, even for me. I mean, I've done a lot of this training, but it's always good to hear stuff from someone who has done more of it and just get some refresher, like doing the tourniquet. I haven't done a tourniquet in a while, so that was cool to see that. Yeah. And then how one of these bandages operates as well.
Still on.
Yeah, it's not bad. You didn't put it on too tight. It's not bad. But here's the thing. I mean, it's not going anywhere. It is staying.
No,
that's what they're for.
Stay right there.
Yeah, and that's the fabulous thing about these.
And if you were bleeding, that'd be hooking you up.
Yeah, absolutely. So, good information. Make sure you check out preparedwanderer.com. Lots of articles on there, as well as a link to the web store if you want to get Prepared Wanderer patches and stickers. Check out the affiliate links down below. There'll be a link to Rhino Rescue. There'll be a link to my Amazon store. All that stuff helps support the channel so I can make more videos, and I certainly appreciate when you guys do that. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you, my brother Chris, for helping me out. As always a pleasure working with him and letting him share his knowledge with us, because I think it's awesome. So go ahead.
I've ordered a lot of stuff from Rhino Rescue.
Yeah.
Because I've put together tons and tons of
kits.
Right.
Right.
I've never had a problem with shipping and handling.
Yep.
It never takes like 2 weeks to get here. It's usually 3 or 4 days.
Right.
And their customer service, I've never even had to call them.
Good. Well, that's good to know. I think that's important to know. So, all right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Just a quick intro. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at... Take two! In today's video... Jesus. Never going to get through this.
Fault.
Never going to get through this.
Okay, if you lean on this, it'll go...
Oh, okay. I won't lean on that. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at one of the best budget...
IFAKs.
Yes. In today's video, we're going to be taking...